Gold cards for rich foreigners. All right, Charlie. President Trump announced a new plan to sell $5 million gold cards to wealthy or talented foreigners, granting them green card residency and a path to U.S. citizenship. Is this fair to the people that can't afford that?
I think we need to be looking out for ourselves for once. I feel like that's Trump's ultimate goal, is to put America in the best place possible. So, yes, this is fair. This is necessary. We need to cut down on our debt. And I think this serves a couple of purposes, not only just cutting back on the debt, but also, paying for recruitment. And it's not like the government's not going to do their due diligence, because a lot of people have the critique right now and they're saying, this isn't bringing the best and the brightest into our country. It's bringing those who can be incentivized, who have the most money. But the government's not just going to let a bunch of Russian oligarchs into this country. Like, they're going to make sure that it is done in a fair and constitutional manner. But on the other hand, to the point that we need to cut down on our debt, you need to also worry about the tax burden, because we have seen what happens when too many immigrants come in and can't pay their way. The burden falls on the people who are working hard in this country. So I think this is yet again another tremendous business-savvy decision by Donald Trump.
Mike. Mike.
Thank you, guys.
For $5 million, you get a gold card, right? But for $10 million, we'll give you the gold card and prevent your wife from coming with you.
See, that's genius right there.
Exactly.
But I wish you had ended up in the administration.
I know. By the way, this is going to generate $5 trillion. And Charlie's right. It may sound unfair, but that doesn't matter to us.
Look,
life isn't fair when you're facing a catastrophic economic
crisis.
Crisis.
Yeah, I'm always puzzled when people think fairness, is an element of life. It doesn't really work that way. I'm also not sure why you think it's a bad thing to let Russian oligarchs in the country.
Listen, we can have a few of them.
I'm confused over that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't let them in. Well, anyway, look, there's precedent here, right? I mean, talk to Canada. Many of the fine people who have moved to British Columbia, for instance, paid top dollar for their citizenship.
They don't take dollars, do they?
No, Canadian dollars.
Okay.
So it's not really money.
Yeah.
But oh God, the Canadians hate us, don't they? But no. So this is not a new idea, but it's a fine idea, right? It's one element of this, and people lose their when he throws stuff out there, right?
Yeah.
And oftentimes, you think, well, is that a crazy idea? But you think about it, it works.
Emily, when I first heard it, I thought it was ridiculous. And then I thought to myself, no, it fits perfectly in the America First thing. And you don't have to think about the fairness, because you're talking about American citizens. That's when fairness plays, not when it comes to immigrants.
And this is an addition, you could say, to the current EB-5 program, which charges $1 million currently for companies. So the projections of the revenue that we would make are based on, by the way, a lower number than the current waiting list. So it's not like they're plucking those numbers out of being optimistic. They're literally lowering what's already waiting at the waiting room. Yeah. What I love about this is the concept of an immediate return on our investment instead of under the old program that isn't going anywhere. But $1 million per card, then you have to hire 10 people, you invest as well the $1 million. This means that we will immediately get the $5 million stimulus right away. So this isn't a long-term investment in the success of a company that looks to stoke the economy over a matter of time. This is immediate. And you think about how many companies had their jobs exported to Ireland. I had a ton of friends that were going back and forth to Ireland, especially in the cybersecurity industry, for example.
Ireland's great.
So now incentivizing businesses here, though, you get the stimulus long-term, but also currently, and to your point, that out-of-the-box thinking, finally, we have someone at the helm that actually cares about efficiency.
She said I had a point.
Glenn.
Never had a point before.
Glenn, so it's like, if you get 1 million of these at $5 million, I've done the math myself, it's $5 trillion. And if you do that, you're going to lower the interest rates. You're going to keep us from going off a cliff. It seems like we should do this.
Yeah, it's a great idea. I mean, and you've got Tom Homan kicking people out, and we'll have Jennifer Garner bringing people in by saying, "What's in your wallet?" We have an immigration system that our immigration system should be based on merit.
Yeah.
People that come here, that build businesses, that invest here. Instead, we have an immigration system that is based on people coming here and feeding off of the American taxpayer. And that's wrong, absolutely. But, instead of paying down the debt, I have a better idea with what to do with all this money. Yeah, we can buy a treadmill for J.B. Pritzker, like my friend Congressman Tim Burchett suggested last week on Twitter.
Yeah, you need more than a treadmill.
Yeah.